Chapter 5. An Underwater Cemetery. The Nautilus was finally free of the rocks near Papua. We now travelled east, past Australia, and into the Indian Ocean. Life on the ship was normal again. We sometimes stopped on the ocean floor and walked outside the ship. We wore special suits. They had large glass heads with special tanks filled with air so we could breathe. Ned Land still wanted to escape, and he thought about it every day. But now that we were in the Indian Ocean, there was nowhere to escape to. One afternoon, while the Nautilus was on the surface of the water, I went upstairs to have a look outside. I saw Captain Nemo looking through a telescope at something far away. He said something to one of his men, and the man went downstairs quickly. The captain looked very serious. I had a small telescope with me, so I put it up to my eye to see what he was looking at. At that moment, I felt a strong hand knock the telescope away from my eye.
Professor, I want you to go below. You, Mr. Land, and Mr. Conseil will stay in your rooms until I say you can leave.
May I ask why?
No.
There was nothing more to say. Captain Nemo was upset about something, and he had the power to tell us what to do. I went to my room quietly. They served our dinner in our rooms. I fell asleep quickly. When I woke up, I thought that they put something in our food to make us sleep. The next afternoon, Captain Nemo suddenly opened my door. He came in with one of his men. He looked very worried.
Professor, do you know anything about meds?
Do you mean, am I a doctor?
Yes.
I know some things. Why?
I have a man who needs help. Could you have a look at him?
Of course. Captain Nemo took me to a room where there was a man lying on a bed. He had white bandages on his head. There was blood on the bandages, and the man looked very sick. He was cold and white. I told Captain Nemo that he would not live. The captain's face changed. He looked very sad, and there were tears in his eyes. May I ask what happened? The captain turned away from me.
What does it matter? A man will die. Isn't that enough?
Captain Nemo surprised me. At times he could be cold and serious. Then he could cry for a member of his crew.
You can go, Professor.
The next day, I saw the captain on the platform. It was a bright, sunny day. I did not want to say anything about the sick man, but I was curious. I asked him if he wanted to go for a walk on the ocean floor. He said yes, so we put our suits on and off we went. The Indian Ocean had the most beautiful rocks, plants, and fish in the world. All of us enjoyed it very much. It was like a colorful picture show. But Captain Nemo had another reason for our walk. I saw that his men carried something long and flat in a bag. They also had tools to dig with. Then we arrived at a safe area with large plants around it. They put the bag down and began digging. At that moment, I understood everything. They were going to bury the dead man. When we returned to the Nautilus, I told Captain Nemo that his man was safe where he was. Not even sharks can go there, Captain.
Or men, Professor.
Chapter 6. The Giant Pearl and the Shark. We travelled in the Indian Ocean for 10 days. The Nautilus did not seem to have any particular direction. I did not see Captain Nemo for some days after the man's death. He stayed locked in his room. The ship was quiet. One day, Conseil, Ned Land and I were in the museum room. We were looking through the underwater windows at the beautiful fish. I wanted to know what the others thought of Captain Nemo. Conseil said,
I think he's a scientist who never had any success. That's why he's here under the sea. He's not famous and he's angry about that.
I think he's crazy, and we will die here unless we escape.
I think you're both wrong. He's angry about something. He is not free here. He loves the sea, yes, but there is something missing from his life. Maybe he blames someone for that, and I think he wants to hurt that person. As I said this, the walls closed over the side windows, and Captain Nemo walked in.
Would you like to go pearl fishing? This is the richest part of the world to fish for pearls.
We all looked at each other and agreed. We were prisoners, but it was exciting to see all of the mysteries under the sea. The ocean near India has thousands of oysters. The pearls inside them can cost hundreds of dollars. There are many sharks in these waters, and it's very dangerous to go looking for pearls there. I didn't like the idea of sharks. We only had small knives to fight them with. Ned Land had his harpoon with him, but he was very busy trying to collect as many oysters as he could. Captain Nemo took us to a small cave. Inside it, I saw an oyster over 6 feet wide. It had a pearl inside it, as big as a coconut. I wanted to take it back to the ship with us. It was the only one of its kind in the world. But Captain Nemo said no. He wanted the pearl to grow alone there in the cave, until it was truly the most fantastic pearl in the world. On the way back to the ship, we saw an Indian boy swimming for pearls. We hid behind some rocks so he couldn't see us. Suddenly, a large shark swam nearby. The boy saw it, but it was too late. Captain Nemo swam away from the rocks with his knife in his hand and began fighting with the animal. The boy looked terrified. Captain Nemo fought with the shark, and there was blood in the water. The captain looked in trouble. Immediately, Ned Land attacked and killed the shark with his harpoon. The captain was safe, and I was so surprised that I couldn't move. When we got back to the Nautilus, the captain thanked Ned Land.
You saved my life, Mr. Land. Thank you.
Don't thank me. I kill sharks and whales because it's my job. I didn't do it for you.
Come, Mr. Land. That's a horrible thing to say.
It's all right, Conseil. I understand, Mr. Land.
I saw in his face that he did understand Ned Land. We were prisoners. Ned Land's only thought was to escape. Captain Nemo understood that thought. He would feel the same way if he were in Ned Land's position.